Aloha, everyone, and welcome back to my channel, Astrology Dome. My name is Galit, and today I'm going to talk to you about the transits of July 2022. July is going to be an interesting month, and we're going to have some surprises towards the end of the month. So let's go and see what's in store for us. So I'm going to share my screen with you and show you the mind map that I have created for July. I don't know if you know what mind map is. I love mind map. It helps my Mercury. My Mercury is in Virgo, so I like details. I like organizations. I like systems. And mind map, I find, is an amazing tool to organize your thoughts. Let's see if you like that. Let me share my screen. Here it is. Hope you can see that. So in a sense, mind map is diagrams. You can build as many compartments that you like and create processes. And I just love it. It makes so much sense for me. You can enlarge it and just use it. Yeah. Okay, let's see what's the astrological transits for July are. So first of all, July 5th, Mars enters Taurus, and it will be in Taurus until August 20th. Now, it's always important when planets change signs, because the energy shifts, especially Mars. Mars is that part of us that creates action, right? It's going to push us towards a certain direction, and how we're going to take action will be determined by where Mars is transiting. So Mars in Taurus, it just moved from Aries into Taurus. And in Aries, Mars is very pushy, could be aggressive. It's not really thinking, right? It's just saying, push, 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 do, let's get it done. Very impatient. In Taurus, on the other hand, Mars is very patient. It wants to see long-term results. It is looking for being determined. It's looking for security. Every action is oriented towards bringing us more security. And that's important to note. So where is Taurus in your chart? You know how I'm always saying, check where that transit is in your chart, because it's important. Maybe you have Taurus on your second house. So then that Mars will push you to take action in your finances. Maybe you have Taurus in your sixth house. That Mars will push you to take action in your daily routine, maybe at work. Maybe you have Taurus in your 11th house. That Mars will push you towards creating more goals and fulfilling your dreams, or doing something with friends. So wherever you have Taurus, that Mars is going to transit it until August. And this is where you're going to see more action being taken. And maybe you will be considering long-term goals in that life department. So the other thing that's going on July 5th is Mercury moving into Cancer. That's a shorter transit than Mars. Mercury is a faster planet, and that's going to take 2 weeks. Now, Cancer is that sign that is very, very intuitive. Cancer, when Mercury is in Cancer, we communicate not just through words and ideas in our language, but we also get the vibe. We get all those messages that are the subtext. We become much more psychic. We get the mood. We get all kinds of messages that are not spoken. And we become very, very sensitive. Our mind are on home and family. So those are the ideas of Mercury in Cancer. What is family? Where is my family? Where do you belong? Where is home for you? Mercury will make you think about those things. And obviously, it's relating to security as well. So look at that. July 5th brings us two major emphasis on security. Mars in Taurus is interested in security. Maybe different security, but it's definitely about our financial security. And Mercury in Cancer is very interested in knowing where we belong, especially emotionally, because where we belong emotionally gives us that aha and feeling of security that we don't have to worry about. So what structure, what family structure holds, is your container? Where do you belong in that sense? A point to think about. Then July 6th, we're having a first quarter moon at 14 degrees Libra and 59 minutes. Libra is always about balance. It wants to bring harmony and balance to where we don't have balance. So where is Libra in your chart? Maybe it's your 10th house. Maybe you need to bring balance to your career. Maybe it's your 7th house. Maybe you need to bring balance to your relationship. Wherever that may be, the first quarter moon is always about action. It's a square. So it will require you to create some sort of action that will bring more harmony and balance to that area of life that you have Libra in your chart. By the way, if you don't know how to look where signs are in your chart, in which house you have which sign, please watch my video about the transit. I just posted it not long ago. It's an excellent video to show you where you can find the transits in your chart and how to find them. I will post a link in the description to that video. July 7th, Moon in Libra square to Pluto. Now, it's a short square because Moon is always a short transit, because it's just, the Moon will be in Libra for 2.5, 3 days. But still, it can bring up many feelings, deep feeling of maybe insecurity in relationship, maybe mistrust, maybe something we need to heal, maybe something we need to see. It's good to note that that day is not a day for having, maybe you watch your words on that day. Don't bring up all the hurt. I mean, process your words, process what it is that you want to say. Maybe some deep trust issues will come in order for you to balance that. Then we have a full moon on July 13th. This full moon is in Capricorn, and it is all about security. Capricorn Cancer is that polarity between where we feel security in our home versus where we feel security in our career. Capricorn represents the career side, the working life, how do we perform at work, and Cancer represents the home, the nurturing, the security within the family structure. Both Capricorn and Cancer are talking about structures. One is the structure that contains our working life, and what do we do out there? What kind of structure do we build out there? And what kind of security does that give us? And Cancer is what kind of inner security it gives us to belong to something. So the moon in Capricorn is always about balancing our work life situation. Do you have balance in your work life situation? Or maybe not. Maybe it's something that you need to see. And obviously, when the moon is full, we can always see better. There is much more light. That's the metaphor of the full moon. And that particular moon will shed light on the house that we have Capricorn in. So if you have Capricorn in your second house, maybe it will shed light about your finances. Maybe you have Capricorn in your fifth house, so it will shed light about how you express yourself, or maybe not expressing yourself enough. So we always get to see something on a full moon, something we haven't seen before, and that's an interesting point to be. Now, the day or 2 days before the full moon are always sensitive because the energy is still building, the moon is still waxing, and the energy becomes very hypersensitive, and we become sensitive. And suddenly, especially in Capricorn, we may see all our faults in that department of life. Maybe we're not good enough. We can say to ourselves, we're not good enough. We're not performing enough. We're not doing enough. We don't have enough results. We didn't put enough effort. Suddenly we see all the lack. Capricorn sometimes sees lack in order to improve, in order to create better results. So wherever you have Capricorn in your chart, this full moon can bring something to light, so you can understand your commitment in that house, in that life department, because wherever we have Capricorn, we are committing. We're making a serious commitment. So what kind of commitment do you want to make in that particular life department or not? Maybe you're overcommitting in that life department and you need to bring it into balance. It's going to be interesting to note and to see that. On July 17th, Venus is going into Cancer. She's still transiting in Gemini, but then she'll move into Cancer, and she will be in Cancer from July 17th until August 11th. Now, Venus in Gemini, she's very social, she's talkative, she's curious, she wants to know, she wants to gossip, she wants to go out, she's very easygoing. Venus in Cancer is very sensitive. She is impressionable. She is much more inward. She's much more yin, right? Gemini is a yang sign. Cancer is a yin sign. It's a feminine sign. She's going within, and she's very intuitive. She's very tender. She's romantic. She's attached. She wants to be secure. She wants to be emotional. She wants to be home. She has this ebb and flow of the water sign. It's Cancer. So it's going to be interesting to see that Venus transiting through your Cancer house and see what kind of message of love, where do you need to be tender with yourself? Where do you need to be more self-loving? Maybe you need more self-worth in that area of your life. Maybe you need more self-acceptance. You know what? Maybe you need more self-compassion in that area of your life, or maybe in general, because after the harsh full moon of lack, right, in Capricorn, we always note what we are missing. Venus in Cancer would say, well, you got to be compassionate about that. You can't do it all at once. So how can you incorporate into your life more self-compassion? Maybe that's going to be Venus transit in Cancer. So check it out. Where is it in your chart, and what house and life department this will come through? And whenever I say what house or life department the transit is, it means that experiences of the nature of that life department will be the action factor, will be the instigator to that understanding. We keep evolving all the time, and we keep understanding things on deeper levels, higher levels, deeper levels. But it's usually coming from experiences, and the experiences are determined by the house that a planet is transiting through. So if Venus is transiting, if Cancer is your 4th house, so obviously it will come from the family. If Cancer is your 8th house, maybe it will come from intimate relationship. If Cancer is your 12th house, maybe you're going to receive some messages through your meditation practice. So the house will determine what kind of experiences will determine what kind of epiphanies you will get. I hope you get my drift on that. Okay, we have July, Mercury is in Leo, July 19th until August 4th. So on July 19th, Mercury is moving into Leo. And now the focus is on goals. What do we want? And the bigger, the better. It's Leo, after all. We want to become really big in that life department, in that area. Where do you have Leo in your chart? We are very convincing, we're persuasive. We want to express ourselves. This is the inner child, Leo. When Mercury is in Leo, this is the inner child wanting to express ourselves. We take the lead, we manage, we direct, and we create. So what kind of creative endeavors you have? August will bring that creativity. The sun will move into Leo at that time as well. But before that, we have on July 20th, a last quarter moon at 27 degrees of Aries. So we need to shift something. A last quarter moon is always about realizing something, shifting something. We need to understand what doesn't work and let it go, and whatever works for us, move forward with it. And it's where the Aries house is in your chart. So again, this is something that you need to let go and understand. July 20th also, it's a big day. Mars activates the April eclipse at 10 degrees Taurus. So Mars reaches 10 degrees Taurus on July 20th. Now, this is really important. In April, we had an eclipse at 10 degrees Taurus. Now, that eclipse was very, very volatile. I don't know if you remember April. I remember that. What came up for you in April? what came up for you related to the Taurus house in your chart? What kind of experiences were you experiencing? Was it intense for you? What were the issues that came up for you? Because those are the issues that will probably come back in a different way, because you already solved some of them, right, at that time in April. But some residue would come back and would ask you to clean it up. Maybe just take another look, maybe a different spin of the same issue, maybe a closure to the same issue. But because it's Mars, it will activate and you have to take some sort of an action about that will promote security, because it is in Taurus. So this is what we're looking for, extra security. How do we build financial security and feel secure in that house and life department? On the 22nd of July, the sun enters Leo. And we are all becoming more proud, outgoing, playful. Leo time is always a playful time. It's time to shine. It's time to add a little drama and perform, basically perform. And we want to enjoy ourselves and express ourselves. And what does that mean? The house that you have Leo on in your chart is where you really want to shine. You want everybody to know about you in that particular life department. You want to create something memorable in that house. So what is it for you? What kind of creativity comes from that house? Maybe it's your 6th house and you're really good at your work, and you're really good at creating habits and promoting health. Maybe it's in your 9th house and you're really a great teacher. Maybe you want to teach something. So wherever that is, how can you shine? How can you express yourself? This is a good question. July 28th, we have a new moon at 5 degrees Leo. Yay. This new moon is all about our inner child. It's time to connect with our inner child. And it's time to ask that inner child, what do you need to enjoy life? What makes you happy? Remember when you were a child and you were asking yourself, oh, I want to do this and I want to do that. And you had no restrictions. You didn't have to consider any restrictions. So maybe it's time to tap into that innocence child and ask that child, what do you want? How do you want to express yourself? What kind of creative feelings are coming from you? What do you want to show the world? What do you want to do? What do you want to experiment with? What brings you joy? This is a good question for that new moon in Leo. And then at the same day of the new moon in Leo, we have Jupiter going retrograde at 8 degrees of Aries. Now, this is a square. 8 degrees of Aries is a square to the new moon, and it's Jupiter. So Jupiter brings us luck, brings us expansion, and is asking you to expand your horizon. It's not enough that you are asking your inner child, what do you want? But this time, take a step, take a breath, take a step to expand what it is that you want. If you in the past wanted only up to here, now the universe is giving you the ability to see bigger and better. And so what can you create on a grander scale? It's about daring. It's about being courageous. Jupiter is going retrograde in Aries. It will go all the way into Pisces, but it's going retrograde in Aries, saying you have to gather that courage. So I will go back. I will help you learn the steps that you need. And when Jupiter will go direct again, you will have that courage to step up to the new vision, to the new expansion of who you are. So that's really good. On July 31st until August 2nd, Mars will join Uranus at 18 degrees of Taurus. Now, this is the big whammy that we have here in this month. So, you know, we constantly have this square between Saturn and Uranus. It's been going on for a year and a half. Throughout 2021, we had that square, and it was a tough square because it was through the pandemic. It was in a nutshell, what is freedom and what is restriction? What is control and what is freedom? How do we balance the two? And now Mars is coming, and it will set off what was brewing for you all the last year and a half. And Mars is a pusher. Mars doesn't have limits. It is not a thinking planet. It is an action planet. It will set you to start moving forward and start pushing. And that square is a strong square. So what was going on for you? What is brewing? And pay attention to that day, those 2-3 days, because they are important. And something is about to show up for you. And it's about your freedom. How can you express yourself and your authentic expression, authentic self? How can you express that despite the need to be in a structure? That's an interesting one. Saturn is along the month, Saturn is at 24, 22 degrees and is retrograde. So it is affecting planets between 20 to 26 degrees of fixed signs. If you have any planets in fixed signs, you are still getting the square or opposition from Saturn. Neptune is at 25 degrees of Pisces, affecting planets at 23, 27 degrees of mutable signs. So that's something to note. And Pluto is at 27 degrees of Capricorn, retrograding, affecting people with planets between 26 to 28 degrees of cardinal signs. So these are the long transits. They are the backdrop. We have to keep remembering that they are there. They're doing a slow, long process for us. It's kind of a grind, but it's there. And the rest are the shorter transits. So July is going to be very interesting. I think it's going to, on the one hand, let us understand what do we need to feel deeper security in sense of belonging to a family, sense of a structure, and sense of what do we need out there in our career and how do we balance career and personal life. And on the other hand, it will help us really dig deep into our authentic expression and find that soul core, that spirit that wants to have joy and express ourselves the way we are, the way our unique self is, and become the best version of ourselves on a grander scale, on being freer to be who we are, and apply self-compassion and self-love on deeper levels to ourselves. So I hope you like this, this video, and I hope to keep seeing you here. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do. I'm happy to see you here. And as always, enjoy your day, enjoy today, and become the best version of yourself today and every day. I will see you next time.